Okay, today we talk about the different generations that will start to involve themselves in being your perpetrators if you're a targeted individual. Yeah, now I'm a man, um, well, I'm 40 years old. I don't use proteins, I don't use supplements. Right now, I've just attempted to see how many pull-ups I can do, well, before I can't do anymore. Yeah. The aim was 100, but this is the first time I've attempted this, so there'll be more attempts, I'm sure. The aim was 100, but I got to 75 in 12 minutes. I'm gonna play you the tape at the end of this discussion. It's a 12 minute long uncut attempt to try and do as many pull-ups as I can. Being 100 kilograms big and 40 years old with no proteins or supplements, it's not easy. But that's not the problem. But in the tape, somewhere in the tape, you can hear screaming from what appears to be young children. Yeah, you can hear something like young children screaming. Yeah, they was outside the door. Yeah, as I was doing this, so they were actually, these are young kids who are involved in perpetrator activity. You see, so when I started doing that, I drew the curtains, shut the door, so I can't see anyone. But because they can see what you're doing when they're not in the same room as you, I don't know, remote neural monitoring or some kind of hive minds. But these are kids who are, from the sounds of it, they sounded preteen. Now, if I'm 40 and that's a preteen that's interested in trying to distract me from breaking my records, then that's like the second generation down. Yeah, there's the 40-year-olds, and then there's the 20-year-olds, and then there's those. So that's like 3 generations, yeah, of perpetrators. And sometimes you can have like a whole family of perpetrators where you have the grandfather, the father, and the child sitting there locking one individual as families of perpetrators. So if you're someone who wishes to have that longevity in terms of your physical prowess, you need to start now. If you're in the 20s, you need to start now. Yeah, the reason I say that is that you need to start. Don't use no proteins, don't use no supplements, because when you rely on those, it's easier for them to sabotage you. Somebody can go and show a badge and say, right, this is in the interest of national security, can we see all your batch of proteins that you have? Okay, now we have to put stuff in it, and when this person comes, sell it to him. It's a matter of national security, is a badge. So your vendors might be selling you things which have ingredients in there which are designed to mess up your body if you exert yourself. Yeah, so if you want to get to my age and still be doing these stunts, yeah, you need to lose the proteins and the supplements now. Just stick to natural ingredients that the whole population takes. Nothing out of the ordinary. Something where they will have to mess up the whole population to get to you. And use different supermarkets to buy your foods and products. Don't use the same one all the time, because if they're willing to I mean, if somebody doesn't want you to break a record and they're willing to call out the whole village, as the saying might go, to make sure you don't do that, then you have 3, sometimes 4 different generations of people trying to lock you. Yeah, now when you get to that level where you have 3 or 4 generations of people locking you and you're still pulling those stunts, then that's, in old money, if you've beaten the devil in 4 different generations, yeah, I'm still the same person, and now you're in your 4th generation. Yeah, you're trying to, your grandfather didn't manage me, your father didn't manage me, and now you're starting on me, and then your children after that can't manage me. Yeah, so that's 4 generations of your family who's been trying to fuck with me and they couldn't manage me. Yeah, now when you get to 4 different generations of devil, then you are someone who is, they say that you can tell the the power of an individual based on how strong his enemies are. Yeah, if you're somebody who's on 4 generations, yeah, then you're somebody who's really, really powerful. But if you're taking proteins and supplements, you won't get that far. Yeah, they'll be able to put stuff in there which we can't detect for years. Yeah, that's designed to mess up your body like that. So if you're in your 20s, get started now, because when you get to my age, things become much, much harder. I'm sure I'll get to 100 pull-ups one day. Yeah, but at the moment, I think I did something like 75. There's a few which I didn't count. So I did 75 pull-ups, yeah, with my body weight. And it took me like 12 minutes to do that. Yeah, so look at the tape and listen out for the voice of young children trying to distract me as I'm trying to pull my record. These are perpetrator type behaviors, you know, like people beeping you, or police beeping you, or people just shouting out just to try and distract you from whatever you're attempting. The reason they know what I'm attempting is because they can view me remotely in very suspicious and abnormal ways. Yeah, so enjoy the video. It's a bit long. Tell you what, find me another 40-year-old with no proteins or supplements that's 100 kilograms that can do this shit. 12 minutes worth. That's it. Let's see how many I did.